Hi Utah County Health Department, we're excited to share our presentation with you today. We were given Orem West Vineyard area, which spans Vineyard up to State and Center Street.
To better understand this population, we looked at the U.S. Census and found that the population was about 110,000 people, with the most common races being about 82% white and 15% Latino or Hispanic. About 12% of the population is without health insurance. For more details about the demographics, see the table.
As we began the community assessment, we wanted to gather some data on our area, so we started by doing a windshield walking tour. And then we conducted some interviews in the area, and we also looked at information from the Utah IBIS database.
After gathering all of this data, we went through our priority setting process. We placed weights on 3 different categories of the size of the population it affects, trends in the community, and importance to community members from the survey that the health department had set out. We found that the 2 main health issues were obesity and unintentional falls. After discussing with our group, we decided to focus on obesity.
Okay, so once we decided that obesity was the health issue we wanted to focus on, we interviewed different stakeholders in the community, and we came to the conclusion that some factors that are influencing this is calorie high dense food with the convenience of it being everywhere, like fast food, reduced physical activity, and just a fast-paced lifestyle. We concluded that with the overconsumption of calories and less energy expended, that will lead to obesity. And so our next focus was figuring out best practices for reducing obesity.
And based off of these best practices, we went to stakeholders in the community and asked them which interventions would be most useful for them and what they've seen. And based off of our information, we decided to do 2 interventions, one on physical activity, doing walking groups, and through social media campaign to reduce screen time.
Our first intervention focuses on increasing physical activity, and to do this we wanted to implement walking groups within the community. Walking is a great way to get exercise because it has a number of positive effects on health. However, it can be hard to begin participating in physical activity, so the idea is for community members to have social support through these walking groups so there's more motivation and accountability. Creating walking groups in the area will provide an opportunity for people to participate in regular physical activity, form social interactions, and ultimately will reduce rates of obesity.
Our second intervention focuses on reducing screen time. This intervention has 2 main facets: educational classes and a social media campaign. Through our research, we found that a major contributing factor to obesity is screen time and TV watching, so encouraging individuals to limit their screen time will help to reduce rates of obesity over time. Our social media campaign will consist of frequent posts on Facebook and Instagram to spread awareness about the dangers of excessive screen time and strategies to combat it. The second part of this intervention includes educational classes that will be held once a month. These classes will consist of a community health educator teaching about a set of 10 strategies to combat excessive screen time and educate about the health benefits to limiting screen time. We also want to emphasize the importance of having an accountability partner to offer support and encourage them during this process.
Okay, so we've created a whole implementation plan, but it will take too long in this video to show it, so you will see that we've provided a guidebook as well as an infographic to help walk you through the short-term all the way to the long-term process objectives and such. But we're going to walk you through the logic model so you can get an understanding of why we chose what we chose and how it will help reduce obesity.
Here is our logic model. The top line of the logic model is walking groups, and the bottom line is for reducing screen time. I'll walk you through walking groups to get a better understanding of how our logic model flows and what you should be looking at to evaluate the program. So if you jump to our activities column, which is the second column, there's our walking group activity. This is our intervention. If you look to the left, those are some inputs you'll need to implement for the intervention, and then you start traveling right and you'll see outputs. These are measurable indicators for your intervention. An example of an output for walking groups is number of people that sign up for walking groups. These will help you see engagement. Then we move to short term, which is all about changing attitudes, knowledge, and beliefs. As we implement our intervention of walking groups, we expect to see these results in the short-term box happen. And as these happen, we hope for the intermediate goals to be impacted and physical activity is increased, which leads to reducing obesity. The logic model helps us understand the flow of our intervention and possible outcomes that we should be evaluating for the effectiveness of the programs.
Thank you so much for watching our presentation today, and we're more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. Bye!